What is good, y'all? It's your boy John, back here at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Today is Wednesday, April 13th, and I'm back here for another Wonder Woman update, so let's get on into it. It's gonna be a good one. Picking up in front of the barbecue restaurant. Biggest difference since the last update, obviously, is this piece of track right here, and even more noticeable is the top of the Raven dive loop that they're putting in as we speak. So this actually is the second highest point of the roller coaster that you're looking at right there. Basically the peak of the dive loop. So that's actually pretty awesome to see, and gives me and also you guys a kind of a perspective of how tall this actual coaster is going to be. Let me zoom out to this further distance to give you guys a better perspective of the height. Now, that dive loop right there is pretty much the same height that I can tell from here as the one on Riddler's Revenge right behind. Now, I'm going to get another look from kind of in front of Justice League as well as in front of Riddler's. So let's get on over there and see what else has gone on. So here you can see them basically attaching the top plate to the two pieces of track. It appears that they haven't got the bottom plate on yet, but they are attaching the two pieces of track together with those plates that I've shown you before. It's about 8 bolts on each side of track, so 16 total. Yeah, they're still supporting the piece of track with the crane right there, but once those other plates are on, they'll be able to detach that. So from the looks of it over here, it appears that they do have the section of track that, you know, continues into the dive loop actually. So, you know, as they're going along, they're actually moving backwards in the layout as far as the dive loop goes. So this will be coming like, this piece will be closer to the actual drop, the first drop, than the other pieces that are actually installed right now. It looks like there's 2 pieces back there. Both of them appear to be in the shape and like, I don't know, basically the shape and also the angle of the dive loop. I'm gonna try and go to the other side and get a better look, but just wanted to show you those 2 pieces. And that appears to be the only 2 in the area right now. I'll go check the other storage. Just a quick shot of them bringing in some more supports into the site. Always great to see them bringing more stuff over. Just means there's more stuff here for them to put up right away and less stuff for them to bring in from the parking lot. So I wanted to get this really cool angle from here actually by Riddler's exit of the new piece that has just been installed, or almost installed. They have basically the back plate on of the track right there connected to the other piece of track. They still got to put that front plate where you see the gray. But after that, they just have to secure it to the saddle right there on the support, and this piece will be done. Not sure if they're going to be able to complete this piece or the next piece by today, but I'll be here for a bit, and if not, I'll be here tomorrow to make sure to cover it then. So as you can see here, they are in the current process of mounting the top plate onto the 2 pieces of track to go ahead and complete off securing the 2 pieces together. It shouldn't be long now before they're done with that. It's about 16 bolts And yeah, I'll check in a little bit when they're almost complete. Here's a better angle of them securing the plate. You can see the bolt pattern. There's about 8 bolts on each piece of track or each side. They're putting the first bolt in on actually the piece of track that's already installed, and then they'll continue on to the new piece after that. So it appears that some of the guys have come back over to that section of track that I thought was going to be next, and I can pretty much confirm that's the next piece because they are getting the straps ready to hoist it, or I don't know if they're going to hoist it today or not, but they're at least preparing the piece of track to be lifted by the crane. Wanted to keep you guys updated. I'll be around for a bit more, so if it happens, I'll get it. If not, I'll pick up tomorrow with it. So it appears that they have completed attaching the 2 pieces of track together. Still not attached to the support as of yet, but they're coming down. Not sure if they're going to go back up or not. I'll keep an eye on it, but that might be the final piece of the day, and they might just leave it like that until tomorrow when they come back and finish up the rest of that piece, and then add probably 2 other pieces, the piece right there as well as the piece going to right here. One final shot of this area after the guys have kind of got out of the way. It's really looking good, honestly. Let me zoom in for you guys and show you. This is the newest piece of track, and obviously the support that was put in as well. Now the piece of track is still not attached to the saddle. They're just going to leave the crane sitting there, you know, supporting the piece of track for now. They've attached it completely to the other piece of track though, so that's good. They'll come in tomorrow, knock the, you know, attaching it to the saddle out, and then they'll continue on with the layout right here. And it's gonna go, that's the piece going down into, you know, right after the first drop. It's gonna go to there, to that support. It's gonna continue on to this support right here, and then even further down to this one. And then the fence is in the way, so I can't show you the next one, but it's gonna be continuing on that path right there. And you're gonna come down or up, and then you're gonna twist down into the dive, Raven dive, come all the way down this way, basically to about, I think it's about like 2 feet, 3 feet off the ground. That's how low it gets. And then it's gonna go up into that big airtime hill that you see over there in the back. That they are gonna be attaching the piece of track to the support right there. It's almost touching the saddle as we speak. They have the guy in the crane right now lifting it up to help it meet up with that support. And then the guys will be able to go ahead and install those A490 bolts in their places right there and secure the piece of track to the harness, to the saddle right there. I'll check in on it in a little bit once they're complete. It appears that the piece of track is touching the saddle now. The connection is there. Now all they got to do is install the A490 bolts on each side. I think it's about 8 of them. I'm not exactly sure though. It's either 8 or 10 of them. And once that's done, they'll be secure with this piece of track to the support and the other piece of track right there. The guy from RMC now is over here by the next support where the next piece of track is going to be attached to, and I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. He put some type of strap on the saddle. They might be putting up another piece of track today. I can't confirm that yet as of now, but he's definitely on the other end of that track. Maybe he's just helping push it into place so they can, you know, line these bolt patterns up right here on this piece of track. Maybe it needs some tension over here, so that might be what he's doing. And also another thing, he might just be attaching a strap from that saddle to the end of that track piece, so That way they can leave it up like that and it'll be secure. Might be hard to tell, but they've placed the pin, or the first pin, in on this opposite side of the track. So it appears to be basically getting into its place that it needs to. Just kind of wedging it in right now. You know, for the most part, these things go in the places they're supposed to, but sometimes they might be slightly off and they need to be tweaked a little bit on site. It's totally normal, and that way it's able to mold to the exact layout that it's supposed to be. Sometimes things get a little bit compromised somehow, some way, and they're able to correct it very easily by doing these minor adjustments. So as I was thinking at the end of a couple clips ago, they did end up in just going ahead and strapping that track to the next support right there. You can see they got a winch system over there with the basically the chains and stuff, and then they got the strap over there attached to the support. Most likely leave it just like that. Not sure if they're gonna detach from the crane or not yet, but it appears to be that way. I'll keep you guys updated. It appears that they are going to go ahead and remove the straps from the piece of track right here and release it from the crane. It is fully supported now by the supports themselves right here, the big A-frame support, as well as it's attached to this support right here with a strap. This will be enough to hold it up till they get here tomorrow to complete, you know, this piece of track, as well as the next piece and maybe one more piece after that. It's exciting stuff. I will try and get another shot when they're all out of the way, and then we can get like a clean look at it. Another quick look from here, right before they get out of the way. It appears that they still got to get these straps off on the right side, and then it should be fully on its own. What I noticed is that they're gonna leave these straps on. They've detached it from the crane. It's completely detached from the crane right now, but they are gonna leave these straps on because you might be able to see there's a chain that's actually attached to the support right there, and it's also attached to those straps. So they're most likely using that for a little bit of extra support, as well as strap right there. And yeah, I don't think the crane guy is here at the moment, so the crane will most likely stay there. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Scratch that, guys. Crane guy is still here, and crane is actually moving out of the way as we speak. And it is, like I said, totally supported now by the structure itself. Even though it is strapped, it's still totally supported by its own structure. So that's cool to see. It appears that this is the final, you know, thing going on for the day. He's actually taking those straps off as we speak, so I was wrong about the last thing I said. The chain is still there. That's most likely attached to the top somewhere, but these straps are not, so they're gonna get rid of those and then it'll be on its own. So I noticed the crane moving over to where the tracks are being stored, and there's several guys over here now, and they actually lifted another piece of track, or they've got it attached to another piece of track right now, and it looks like they are about to go ahead and lift another piece. So let's see if they go and install it. I'll pick up in a second, guys. So surprise, surprise, it looks like they are going to put one last piece in today. I ended up sticking around for a bit, and yeah, a good thing I did, because they are hoisting one last piece. It is going to be the piece that is continuing on into the Raven dive turn. We have a guy from RMC up in the lift right here, ready to meet the piece when it gets up there. I'll check in a little bit, guys. Picking up here, they finally got it rotated the way that they need it, with basically where they have the gray pieces where they're going to be connecting to the one piece of track, as well as that support right there, or that I'm sorry, not the support, that one, but this one where the saddle is. And it took them a little bit to get it rotated the way that they needed it. Basically, this piece right here needs to be at almost a 90-degree angle in order to connect with the plate right there. Now we're going to watch them hoist it into place and put this piece on, and after this piece I know that they are done for sure. So this will be the final piece. Let's watch it go up and enjoy. Picking up here, guys, you can see that they've almost got the piece in place. They're going to use the ratchet system to basically angle the piece that's already installed to the angle that they need, and then adjust the new piece accordingly to that. Picking up here from kind of in front of Riddler's entrance, you can still see that they're trying to get the exact angle that they need. It looks like he's trying to push this support right here a little bit closer and kind of help with the angle a little bit, and then I'll most likely go ahead and hoist that left side of the track up a little bit with the winch system and make those holes right there line up for the pieces of track. So they appear to have got it in the right positioning that they need, or basically almost the positioning that they need. As you can see here, it's almost lined up the right way with both actually the support and the piece of track. Now they're just going to finally tune it up and angle it the exact way they need. They have a guy with a rope right here, with a lead rope. You might be able to see that rope right there that they have attached to the end of the track, and he's pulling it kind of back towards Riddler's exit, and that way they're able to get the angle of the track to meet up with this support right here and also fit this space properly. Here you can see one of the guys from RMC adjusting the winch system, the pulley system right there, in order to basically get the angle even better to the support right there where the gray is, and also line it up with the piece of track that is right there. As you can see, they are pretty much there, just slightly off at this point, but they've totally adjusted it to the angle that they need now, and now it's just a matter of putting in that pin, securing it to the older piece of track, and then tightening all the bolts in. It appears that they pretty much got it in the place that they need it to. Everything appears to be lined up and angled the correct way. Now all they have to do is go ahead and secure that first pin into those left holes right there, and then they'll be able to go ahead and put in the rest of the bolts. Then after that, they're going to move over to attaching it to the saddle right here, and this is going to be the last piece of the day, and I'm sure they'll secure it to that last saddle over there with a strap or something like that, but they're not going to do any more pieces after this. They've got the piece of track in the place that they need to. They've already put in a couple bolts as we speak as far as track to track goes. They haven't put anything in the support or the saddle yet, but they definitely got it lined up the way they need to, so you guys can get a pretty good idea of how the angle and the twist on this dive loop is going to be. I actually have to take off now, but I'll be back tomorrow to pick up, and obviously this piece will be done by then, and I'll show you guys that, but also we'll probably continue on with the layout with maybe one more track piece, and then from what I've been hearing is some more supports are going to be going up tomorrow, so I'll make sure to cover that for you guys as well. But great to see this actually complete now. It appears that the full like main portion of the Raven Dive loop is done and looking awesome. Just one last quick look from in front of the barbecue restaurant. You get to see the silhouette of the dive loop, and it's really cool. It looks like a big C right now, and just wanted to share that before I wrapped up the update. That's going to conclude it for today's update. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because I'll be back at the park tomorrow, and I actually have to take off like I was saying in the last clip now. They are going to get this last piece of track in and secure, and yeah, they'll be done after that. I'll be back, like I said, tomorrow, and I'll pick up from there, and if it's a big enough update, I'll put it out tomorrow. If they just end up doing that one piece of track like I've been hearing, then I might wait till either Friday or Saturday for the next update after that. Appreciate everybody tuning in. As always, thank you so much for all the love, comments, and support. You guys are really amazing. Thank you so much for checking out all these updates as we are on, I believe this is going to be the 65th update, so we have come quite a far way at this point, and I really appreciate you guys hanging in there for the ride. So thank you so much, and I will see you all on the next update. Until then, this is John. This has been your Theme Park ERT.